What's the issue?
But what's the issue though? I don't understand. You're Microsoft. You can buy they have enough money where they can buy that engine if they
Right.
want. The whole company.
If they
But
wanted to.
they keep
But
giving us this engine that they keep trying to revise and modify. You be glitching through the damn wall. Everybody moves like they robots. Now listen, I'm not saying that there might be some things in Starfield that I might enjoy because I'm gonna play it right at the end of the day. But I kind of really anticipate what you're going to be getting with that shit. You're going to be getting a game that is going to be glitchy, a game that the first person they never perform well when it comes to first person games, first person shooter games. Excuse me. You know what I mean? Like, so the melee combat. Oh my god, can you imagine the melee combat in this in Starfield?
oh Lord. Oh man.
What is that going to look like?
I honestly don't know.
Come on, man. Come on. At that conference, what game was you looking forward to?
Out of that conference?
Yeah.
This might be sad to say, but Forza Motorsport, like I didn't
Oh
see
wow.
anything else.
That's
I didn't
crazy.
see anything else that caught my eye though. Like Forza Motorsport, it looked good. It's basically Gran Turismo, but like, because Forza Horizon obviously is way different from Gran Turismo. It's unique to Gran Turismo. Like, you're actually on the terrain exploring the world. Motorsport, it's like, let's throw that out there for the Grand Prix fans,
Right.
for the NASCAR type fans.
Right.
But yeah, out of most of that, I didn't really see anything that I liked. Starfield, that reveal was underwhelming. I had to click off stream. No offense. I had to click off stream real quick. I'm like, yo. Like, I'm good. I'm good, bro. It's not okay. Companies need to stop doing that. And when they do these reveal trailers, I don't understand why they use CGI. Like, just use the game.
God. Show us the game. Yep.
Right. That's what I can commend Rockstar for, because when they show their game, it'd be like, damn, this the game?
This the game right here.
Right.
That's true.
Even Red Dead in 2017 or 2016, when they dropped that reveal, you looked at it, you was like, wow, that's actually the game. Like,
that's a fact. I'll give you that.
Right, and then 2018 with the gameplay trailers, you're like, damn, bro. Is this CGI? And they recorded off of a PS4.
Facts.
I'm like, yo, commend. Because y'all don't release PC ports on the same day, which is stupid. But I commend you for showing PS4 footage and having it look this good. Like, that's what I'll give Rockstar. Their games, pre-release, they look very good, and they play very good.
Yeah. But do you think going forward that's gonna change, or do you think that'll be the same?
That's like, those trailer reveals are their bread and butter, so I don't think they're gonna take the risk and change it so much. But I feel like they're gonna start using a little bit of CGI and all that shit.
Oh,
like,
man.
The moment that happens, I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying it, bro.
Oh man.
For the longest time, your company used in-game footage only, and you telling with only like manipulating the camera angles just a little bit to get the right shot, and like manipulating the in-game weather effects and stuff, right?
Right.
If it says some or trailer made with some in-game footage, not real in-game footage, I'm like, alright. Or if it says in-engine footage, I'm like, alright, I'm good, bro. I'll wait till launch. Because I already don't have no faith, bro. Like, if I look at the bottom and it says recorded from in-engine, not in-game, but in-engine footage, where they can make it look the best as possible, I'm waiting till it's on sale. Or I'm waiting till it drop, and I'm gonna look at a video on YouTube, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm straight. Like,
yo,
no.
but isn't that kind of like pathetic? Like, if that's where we at in the gaming industry, where you can't even trust the damn trailer because you ain't gonna see the game.
You're gonna see CGI.
CGI. That's crazy.
That's pathetic, dog. Like, I hate that though. Like, I feel like the gaming industry's got to too much to a point where people just, developers who already built a reputation from the days where it was hard to develop a game and come out with a good one, like, to make sure it was as polished as possible. Like, now they just made them so complacent. It's like, yeah, we don't even gotta try, so we can drop it now and just in time for the holiday, and then we can patch it later. But Battlefield,
they ain't even try with Battlefield.
Nah.
But you know who I give credit to? And Nintendo. Nintendo show you their games. Like, you gonna see what they shit look like, bro.
It ain't much of a difference. I mean,
it's true.
Breath of the Wild, though, that game looks good for a Switch game.
Oh, absolutely.
But games like Mario and stuff, it's like, what much can you do to where you gotta hide the game until you're ready to show it? Like,
yeah, you can't. Yeah, there's nothing to it, really. I agree. But the thing is, what a Nintendo head would say, yo, at least we consistent with the product that we get. Like, there's no Jedi mind trick or wool over the eye that they're gonna pull when they marketing the shit to you. You know what I mean? You know that the graphic fidelity in the hardware is limited, so it's only so good it's gonna look. But I don't even think Nintendo has even played Nintendo games for the graphics anymore.
Right, just for the fun and the kid aspect, you know, to feel like a kid. That's what people on Nintendo for. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Who owns a Nintendo to be like, I want to feel like an adult, so let me play some Red Dead. Like, no, bro.
Nah, I'm not playing Red Dead on that. Nah, hell no.
That shit be lagging cut. Burning the console, bro. Like, nah, that ain't gonna work.
They're burning the console.
Yes, bro. That CPU and that Nintendo Switch.
That shit gonna be overheating.
Right, if you play it in handheld mode, you gonna burn your hands, bro. Like, that joint gonna be so hot, you gonna need a fan and that central air on in your house just for the
shit.
But nah. Yeah, man, you gonna have to. And you really think they're gonna be able to fit all that on that little ass Nintendo chip?
Hell no.
Exactly.
Hell no.
It's gonna be a digital only title. It's gonna be like, damn. I mean, look at the GTA trilogy, the definitive edition. I can't find a disc nowhere. I can't find a chip nowhere.
Oh, you're not gonna find one. Yes. You're never gonna find one.
Do you both get the opportunity to bury the Saxon king? Must first hear Glenn to balk at. Alfred spoke of Chippenham.
I heard they're supposed to be coming out like with a Nintendo Pro, a Switch Pro or something like that.
Oh yeah, they did come out with that. I feel like it was over marketed and overhyped. Like, only thing that's different about it is a bigger screen and the handheld mode looks a little bit better, and that's pretty much it. Like, the handheld mode goes from 720p to 180p. Like, on certain games though. Certain games.
But yo, Nintendo has be buying them shits though.
Yeah, I know. The Joy-Con boys buying that shit like crazy.
The Joy-Con boys. Stupid.
Yeah, the Nintendo.
I can't mess with you, bro.
Yeah, I know. Like, don't even get me started on console wars. Oh my lord! It's like, bro, just pick what you want to play, dog. Like, or pick what services you the best. In my opinion, I feel like the Xbox service is the best right now.
Yeah.
Sony's just messing up. You heard they supposed to be taking videos out of people's libraries that they pay for?
Wait, repeat that?
They're supposed to be taking videos out of some people's libraries that they pay for. You know how PlayStation got PlayStation Video? Like, if you buy a video off of the PlayStation Store,
yeah,
it stores thing. Yeah, they're supposed to be taking some of those out of people's libraries.
Wow.
Like, so a wise man once told refund for that?
We do not dash ourselves against hopeless courses.
Nah, I don't know why.
We arrive unexpected.
It's just random. Jim Ryan said, "Oh man, I don't got enough money to pay for my service on my Lamborghini. Time to start cutting back costs."
Oh shit!
My brother's story is a long one, and for another time.
Shooting themselves in the foot. It's like every time. The 360 PS3, Xbox took that generation. PS4 and Xbox shot themselves in the foot major. No, I wouldn't even say the foot. They shot themselves in the chest with that shit.
Facts.
Online only Xbox.
Facts.
You gotta have a certain code in your game if you want to play online.
Nah.
Like you can't trade games with people and shit. Like
Yeah, they
Is your plan?
Tread quietly
they
so as
fucked
not
up
to alert the
bad
guards.
with that one, bro.
But I can wait.
Nah, that's
So
a whole
PS4
fact.
Moments with my crew.
Alright, so PS4 took
follow
it.
your
This
lead.
gen,
It
I
is
feel
hard
like
not
Xbox
to
is
when
taking
you
it so
cradle
far.
something as
You
fragile
can't really
as
tell
life
because you
within
can
your
barely get
hands.
one at retail.
You see your
So
men.
it's like,
Must keep looking.
Yo, what's funny is that they talking about, yo, we need to make a PS5 Pro. I'm like, yo, you can barely get the regular
He
PS5.
would not kill them.
alright,
cannot
like what are
say
you
for
doing,
certain.
bro?
What you
Like
doing?
We find them soon.
a PS5 Pro right
Like,
now, like come on.
bro, who's buying that?
I had to have
I don't know, people chill for that
We'll
company.
save them
Like
the truth.
Nah,
PS5 Pro is crazy right now.
come
Like
on, bro.
you can't find no regular ones in the store, and if you do, they're gone just like that.
This is
It's
what
like,
I'm
bro,
saying.
still having this bot issue. Like, come on, dog.
Bro.
Sell it from the beginning. They should have did in-store only. I understand COVID and everything, but bro, you acting like niggas. It was not putting every safety precaution in the way so you don't catch it, or so
Facts.
you're least likely to catch it. Like, come on. And I know people could be barbaric over, PS5s and shit, which is ridiculous. But like,
Nah, you right. You right.
add extra. People are barbaric over a midnight release of a video game. Like, of course, there's gonna be a console, especially if you're selling it on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. But come on, online only. You knew what you was doing. You was trying to get easy sales, and they keep saying, "Oh, we sold 11 million units of the PS5. Congratulations!" I barely see any real people who got one.
Yeah,
Like,
I just think that I think Sony, like you said, I think a lot of their shortcomings are self-inflicted because it's nothing that Microsoft is doing that makes them like feel like, well, they got competition that they need to be concerned about. It's just they just drop the ball on purpose. It seems like it's like self-sabotage when it comes to Sony sometimes.
they shooting. It's like they probably got a deal under the table where every other year they're like, all right, Sony, this year's our year. They're like,
Right.
okay,
Right.
next year's our year. So that PS6 come
These are my
out,
men.
I'm gonna need you to do I'm gonna need you to turn the Xbox into a cable box. See,
Facts.
like
It's weird. Like they alternate like each like you said, it's my year this year, next year is your year. It's
right.
stupid.
Like, bro, come on.
Like you got the world's most powerful console with no games that can show that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, bro, what are you doing?
Only PS5 games I see coming out this year that makes it somewhat worth it is God of War Ragnarok and
Some of your men.
maybe that Last of Us remake, which is totally unnecessary. I don't know why they're remaking it.
Right.
If they're remaking that game, I heard it's gonna be like a
Go to the
whopping
camp
80
near
gigabytes too.
Find your
Nah,
country.
bro.
It's 80 gigabytes, bro.
That's the force.
I'm
That's
like, bro, there better
that's a
be
force.
20 more. There better be 8 more hours of story. There better
Yeah,
be
right.
like,
Yeah, right.
man, they like, man, we love Troy and Ashley. We got to keep them employed. We got to give them a meal ticket every time.
Oh,
every
yeah.
chance we get.
Definitely gonna take care of them.
Are you good from the men?
Make sure they straight.
Free us and we will
Right.
fight by your side.
And we got a show coming out called The Last of Us 2, so they get their royalty checks from
Oh,
actors that
my
don't look
God.
like them.
Facts. Facts.
The actor for Joel looks like a Mexican
Looks
Joel.
like
I'm like,
That's I'm like, bro, and listen, we're not throwing no shots at the Mexican people because we love Mexicans, but I'm just saying, like, they don't look the part. Like, you could have got a white dude with a beard from like Seattle or wherever they from, Texas,
or Texas, yeah.
to play the part.
You could have got a big brawling white dude with a beard from Texas,
no
bro.
thanks.
And you could have
Yeah.
got a girl
Let
that
us
looked
speak
like
more when
Ellie.
we are
Like,
safe.
what about Elliot
Yeah.
Page? I mean, well, she don't look young. She's not young anymore. So it's kind of,
Yeah,
but like,
grown ass woman now.
right? You could have got there's so many other people out. Like, bro, there's people that look like Tupac. You telling me you couldn't find
Facts.
someone that looks like Joe and Ellie?
They could have. That's why I'm like, yo, that shit is I don't know, man. I I just
Ain't nobody
Same
paying for
here.
no
You
HBO
should join
Max
your
to watch
people
No
if you
Last
can.
of Us, dog.
nah,
The prize takes
nah,
preparation.
You're brave,
100 million a
Your
episode.
leadership, Eivor.
How many episodes is there?
nah,
5?
You're improving
Like,
much since last we
mm,
spoke.
You
yeah.
judged me fairly.
From reports,
Harsh,
each
but your
mm.
episode
words
cost
were.
$100 million
Better not make the
dollars.
same mistake
Most likely
twice.
due to the CGI
Who's
from
your
the
brother,
clickers and
Sigurd?
stuff. I'm
He
like,
lives, a changed man.
huh?
He is free
Like,
of full case torment.
how many episodes is there?
That at
8?
least was a deed well done.
If there's more
Well,
than
this'll
8,
be
bro,
worth
like,
it in
you
the
better
end.
hope this series succeeds.
Everything we have
Like,
done,
Bro,
everything we
but
have
first of
that's a
all,
$1 billion
sacrificed to
down
win
the
this
drain.
land.
Like, come
Sometimes
on.
I
I
dream
don't even
of
think
seeing
it's
the black
compelling
fire
enough
of earth, and blood
for
For a
people to
show.
even
seeping from
want to
seeds,
even watch it.
poisoning our
Right,
Because
it's
future.
not
for
like
You
it's
one,
must believe our way of life will survive.
if anything, I would have
Our
thought
fates are woven.
it should have been a
Our
movie
deeds forge our destiny.
before they made it a
right.
show,
And
right?
so to our final
Like a
battle.
Zack Snyder link movie. But
Because
yeah,
what happened
continue.
Here at the
is
camp.
with a movie, you can get a movie budget where you can put as much CGI as you wanted to make it have that real Last of Us feel. Whereas a show, they're gonna have small sets, and then
Yeah.
there's only so much you're gonna be able to do in show to give you that true Last of Us experience and feel. And then what they're gonna do, they're gonna put so much monetization on it that I just think is gonna take away from the whole point of the actual show.
Right.
Personally,
And I respect it. I agree. Like, I feel like it would have worked longer. It would have worked best as like a 2 to 3 hour movie. Like how The Godfather and Zack
mm-hmm,
Snyder
mm-hmm,
worked somewhat. Like
mm-hmm,
those movies were
mm-hmm,
long.
mm-hmm.
You wanted to fall asleep in the theater, but it told a story complete. It told a
Right.
story complete.
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't take shortcuts. I feel like this show might take shortcuts because you can only have so many episodes in a season,
Yeah.
and each episode can only be but so long. Like each episode on TV at most is like an hour, unless they're the finale. Then you might get away with an hour and 15 minutes,
Right.
maybe. Like unless you're showing like a network television channel like ABC or something, and you have 30 minutes each episode, no matter what.
Mhm.
Like you get no extra 15 minutes. But if you're a show like Breaking Bad or Stranger Things, even if it's
Yeah.
a finale, you might get away with an hour and 30. You never know.
But I also think like you kind of needed like that I Am Legend type budget and type
Right.
atmosphere for this TV show.
I Am
That's-
Legend is a perfect example.
That's
Perfect
why.
example.
That's why I say it should have been a movie. You should have just made it a movie.
Right. It's not like it's Grand Theft Auto where if you made a movie, you got to take so many shortcuts and you got to make so many sequels just for it to feel complete. Like, no.
Okay.
Something like Grand Theft Auto would work as a TV show.
You came,
hmm
Each season focuses on each game, right?
and you brought it.
Games like Red Dead and The Last of Us, they work as a movie. If you make a TV show out of those, it's like people are only going to watch for but so long.
Yeah.
They might watch the first season, and then it's like, okay, second season come out, okay, third season, okay,
Mhm.
fourth season,
You do not
fifth
plan to
season,
return,
they might end up like The Wire, like fifth season, I don't know. Like you can only go but so long with shit like that for a TV show.
Once we have
Yeah.
seen to
No, I
it,
totally
we'll
agree
raise
with
a
you on
horde.
it. And I think
As
also
allies, but as companions.
every video game doesn't need to turn into a show.
Alright.
Like every video game doesn't need to be a movie either. So like, listen, the last game, Last of Us Part 2 was so controversial. I mean,
They came.
I'm surprised that they even decided to even make a TV show. But also, listen, they haven't even given us any DLC or any multiplayer factions, anything like
Yeah,
that.
where the factions at? Like,
We're getting a remaster of the first game or a remake of the first. Or is it? We already got a remaster of Last of Us 1, so this is a remake.
and the remaster looks incredible for a PS4 game.
I never
So-
thought it possible, Eivor.
And then watch, they're
And
going
you
to
would
use
rally
this excuse.
Saxons and
Oh,
Norse under
we
your
put The Last of Us
black-feathered
1
banner.
remake on PS5. Let's remake The Last of Us 2 on PS5.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? Could you? That is thievery.
So what is the plan, Eivor?
That's people are gonna buy it, bro. Like,
A few nights
I
from
can already,
now,
and
but their
I seen
revelry
people on
has
Twitter
already
like, oh, I'm
begun.
so
We
excited
should
to
attack now.
explore the
That
adventures
is
of Joe and Ellie
unwise.
again. Thank you,
Soldiers
Naughty
pace the
Dog.
paths of the village.
Like,
What?
On the
bro,
night of the
get
feast
off your
of the
knees,
cover of
dog.
darkness,
Like,
What?
that is when we will
can you
strike.
not see this is
Whoever will
robbery?
not
Like,
have
you can
died in
play the
vain.
first game and then
We
the
await
second
your
game. I mean, the first game
instructions,
still
Eivor.
looks incredibly good compared to the second. Like, there's no need, and then they're gonna change the character models in
Let
the
us
Last
plan
of
our
Us
approach.
remake.
Oh
And
my
then,
Whatever
God.
happens, Alfred is mine.
like, Joel
They are
looks
not
like
expecting
the
us. We should
flashback
not
Joel
meet
from
much
The Last of
resistance on the
Us
way.
2.
Right,
Then
right.
quietly
And
through the
Ellie
fields.
looks like the
It will
flashback
already
Ellie
be
from The
too
Last of Us
late
2. I'm
once they
like,
see us.
Bro, listen.
Your young
I still have
Saxons can be our eyes to the west. Better to keep their
the
soft
Last of
hands
Us
away from the
remastered
conflict.
My
downloaded
scouts
right,
reported that a few
that I had
nobles
bought
have
for
arrived for
the
the
PS4.
festivities already.
And
Good.
yeah.
If we capture the
listen, if
things,
it, like you
there will
said,
be
if
no
there's
danger when
no
I confront
added
Alfred.
story,
And we
if
can persuade
it's
them to
not
support a
more
new king of
exploration that they
Wessex.
added to it,
I will subdue
I'm
the
good.
lords.
Take Deolaf and Tefta with you.
I'm good.
They could prove useful in convincing the Thanes.
If they're not going to add nothing
Get
to it,
Stowe and capture the garrison.
I don't
Make
see the
quick
point.
work of any Saxons that dare cross
Right, I
into
don't
the
see
village.
no point in that.
I really don't.
Gladly, Eivor.
It's
We
fucking
each know our
pointless.
parts.
Like,
May
completely.
they blunt their
No, I agree
swords
with you.
against our might.
Like, that's like Rockstar dropping GTA 6, and then a year later, we're remaking GTA 6 remake. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Let's
Tonight,
get into this.
Wessex's last resistance will crumble.
I follow you, Eivor.
And I.
Be ravening wolves and croaking ravens. Stand firm, your axe arms strong, and together we will win this final battle. And remember, Alfred is mine. With me. Everyone else, go quickly to the village. Advance. Be on the lookout for any stray guards. Get to the village and wait for my signal. Let's smoke the rat out of his guard's house.
Yup.
Yo, yo, yo.
Alright, I'm back.
Cool,
But yeah,
cool.
man. Did you hear that they supposed to be doing a remake of The Sopranos?
Nah, they just leave that alone, man. They gotta leave that alone, man.
How you gonna make a remake of The Sopranos with the
Did you
with
think
the
my
nigga who
king
played
would
Tony
turn his back
Soprano
on you,
died?
eh?
That's what I'm
When your
saying. They
life
gotta
is
leave that one
smeared with the
alone,
blood
bro.
of wearers. Stand
Right.
aside.
They supposed HBO really going the Netflix
Alfred is
route.
long gone. And
Yeah,
this
but it's
good Christian feast,
see
a cup of
certain
honey wine, attracts
series
some
they had their
wasps.
time, they
Where
had
is
their
he?
run,
Calling his
and
allies to his
you
side.
gotta just let them
All
be.
those who wish
You
to
They're
can't
see
supposed to be
remake
justice
remaking The
everything.
before
Wire.
God.
Yeah, they're supposed to be
Nah,
remaking The
bro.
Wire and The
No,
You
Sopranos.
no,
cannot win
no,
England with your
no,
How you
sorrowful
no.
gonna do that without
deluded
Omar?
fathers
No,
and
you
Back,
can't.
godless
That's what I'm
Michael
sons.
B. Jordan
saying.
died.
You
Like,
can't. That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta
You
let
have
shit
no
be, bro.
understanding of
Like
duty. The
every
loyalty I
generation
freely give.
doesn't have to
His
experience the
plan for
best of
England, for the world,
every other
is
generation.
worth the cost of my
right.
life.
You know what I'm
Last
saying?
but certain, yeah. Last but
Tom
certainly not least, I know
Ravenscraft,
you had to have
do
heard about
your
this.
worst.
Them trying to remake Scarface, but with Michael B. Jordan.
Nah, I'm good. I don't want to see that. That's blasphemy right now. You talking, bro?
But it's supposed to take place in California in the modern day. I'm like, how does Scarface work in the
Nah.
modern
First
day?
of all, Scarface is supposed to be in Florida. How do
But
we?
Scarface with Al Pacino was already a remake of an older Scarface.
Right.
You're remaking a remake.
I'm
Like,
good on that. I'm good on that, bro. I'm good on that. I'm not supporting that. But
Paramount, Wow. No, Universal Wow. Paramount, at least they didn't try to remake The Godfather on the 50th anniversary. At least they did a show called The Offer, showing how it was made.
right.
That's not too bad.
But the thing that I think they're trying to do. Nah, I mean to cut you off. Now the thing I think they're trying to do is like have everybody experience shit that came before them. Like, yo, if you missed that wave, you missed that wave.
Like, there's such thing as digital media, bro. You can always go back and
Go
watch
back and
it.
see the old one and enjoy that. You see what I'm saying?
Lord may live.
Right.
Alfred used you.
And if that's the case, bro, you're gonna have to do that every 10 years. Like,
Nah,
it's
bro.
gonna have to be remakes every 10, 20 years if you want everybody to experience everything.
Nah, bro.
For
We're not
here
doing
ye
that.
stand,
You're not doing
bloody
that.
and breathless, no closer
You're not
to
doing
my
that, bro.
king, no closer
Exactly.
to
It's
his
like,
throne.
Scarface, the
This island will never
remake.
be your home,
I
Hazel.
guess I'll go see.
You will not
Like,
subdue
bro,
her with vicious force or win her with
like that new
cocksure
Top Gun.
words. We
It's the
Saxons
#1
will
movie in America.
always stand firm,
And it took
Now,
them like,
shoulder by
it took
shoulder
him like
against
20,
thieves
25
and
years, 30 years to
tyrants,
remake
whose
that.
envious
But
eyes
not
fall
even
on
remake it. I
England.
don't think it was a remake because I saw it.
it was a sequel.
It was a sequel, yeah.
If I must
hmm
strike down
And
all
it had the original main character in it.
let it begin with you.
So that made sense though, in a
Oh
way,
Lord,
to be quite
Right.
honest.
into your hands I commit
But if you're trying to
That,
replace people,
alright, that's like, okay. No.
nah, that's not gonna work.
Like, no one else played Tony Montana better than Al Pacino. Imagine Michael B. Jordan trying to be Tony
Nah,
Montana.
I don't want to see that, bro. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that, bro.
Like, stick to being Apollo Creed, bro. Like,
Yeah, like make more of those kind of movies, but stay away from Scarface if they're trying to do that.
Men of Wessex!
right.
They came from
I
every
hope that
house
doesn't
and
get
hovel.
greenlit because nobody wants to see that.
Nah, and they shouldn't want to see it.
It's supposed to be about a drug kingpin in California. I'm like, how you gonna be a drug kingpin in 2022?
Nah, it's impossible, bro.
Technology
today, it's
like,
nah, bro.
Unless it's getting into the fentanyl industry, like what other type of drug can you build an empire off of in 2022 that people are not buying and abusing? So there's that. And that the government is not aware of. Like,
Nah, they gotta go another route.
or you would have to be a weapons smuggler or something. Like, what empire, what criminal empire can you build in 2022 that would make sense and be believable?
Like I said, I say just stay away from Scarface. And just come up with your own new IP movies of this generation and enjoy those.
All right.
You see what I'm saying?
Want to
Like,
experience the older stuff? Go watch it.
go watch the old joints, but come on, like,
Cooper.
Missed that wave.
Yeah, you missed the wave with movies like Donnie Brasco and
Oh
Goodfellas.
yeah. Facts. Oh, those, what you know about those movies, huh?
I know all about the movies. I've been watching a lot of Italian mobster movies.
Oh, joints, bro.
I
Classics.
missed out on Public Enemies, all that stuff. Like, it's on them, bro.
Word up, man. I'm the joints right there, man.
Alright. Shout out to Martin Scorsese. Hell,
Word, man.
even movies like Taxi Driver and
Robert De
Raging
Niro,
Bull.
Raging Bull,
Yeah.
yep. And Ray
And
Liotta.
Godfather.
Yep.
Right.
What you know
And
about
even
that,
the movie
man?
Blow.
Yep,
Even the movie
Blow.
Blow.
Yep.
Ray Liotta and Johnny Depp. Like,
Johnny
come
Depp.
on, bro.
Yeah, you been hanging around some old heads, huh?
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of old shit too.
Some old heads put you on. Who put you on, man?
Did you see Alfred?
A lot of people. Mostly I put myself on.
Hold these men back.
I'm going on Netflix because I watch Donnie Brasco on Tubi. So
Okay.
I went on Netflix, right? I seen Donnie Brasco was just put up there. I'm like, oh, I might watch him.
Word up.
And then I heard a song called "What Would You Do for Love" by Bobby Caldwell or something like that.
Oh yeah, Bobby Caldwell. Yep.
Yeah, that song's fire.
That's a classic, man.
Real classic. Mm-mm.
That's a classic, man.
Staunch protector.
Or that's like trying to remake Goodfellas. Like you can't do that. Right?
Nah, you can't. It's impossible. It's
The
impossible.
Italian mafia is not even that relevant to this day. So
It's impossible. Goodfellas, Casino. Those are once in a lifetime runs, man.
right, Donnie Brasco,
Mm-hmm.
Raging Bull, Taxi
Raging.
Driver,
Taxi driver. Yep.
The Godfather, especially. If I ever hear about a Godfather remake, I give up on hope for the movie industry.
Oh, I did already too.
Perhaps not.
Yo,
That's
did
why
you
they collapsed it now.
did you watch the Warriors?
Nah, I want to get into that though.
You gotta check that out, man. That's another classic.
I've seen the game Rockstar made on it, but I want to check the movie out.
Yeah, go watch the movie, man. Solid movie.
Is it similar to the movies The Outsiders?
Nah, not so much. Not so much.
Because it was like the Greases and the Socials, but then the Warriors is like you had this gang and that gang and that gang, and they all brawl with each other and shit.
It's more. There's gangs involved, without a doubt. But it's more about one gang. I don't want to give it away. I want you
One
to.
gang being the outcast to all the other ones because they think they're responsible for killing the main guy or something.
Yeah. Yep.
I only know about that because of Rockstar. But
Yep.
I'm gonna watch the movie though. I'm gonna watch the movie.
Yep. Mhm.
Man, there's so many classics. Like,
You're gonna enjoy it though. Yo, you know what game was pretty good too? I'm gonna try to probably get into Alien Isolation.
I heard.
I mean, I know it came out a minute ago, but it's a cool single player game that I think was overlooked.
Yeah, the fear factor's still there.
Oh yeah. Oh yo, did you see that Bandai Namco presentation the other day?
Nah.
Yeah. Yo, they're coming out with a RoboCop game, and they're coming out with a Terminator survival horror game.
Whoa.
So,
Is it like a top-down view or is it like a third-person, first-person?
a third person. No, first person. First
Nah, I
person.
can dig it. Nah,
First
I can
person.
dig it.
Oh yeah.
Good room.
See, I did see it because Angry Joe did post a video. I'm like, RoboCop? PS5 and PC?
Barricaded himself behind that door there.
And then I didn't know about Terminator though. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Word up.
Bandai Namco, really busy.
Yo, they trying to come out with some joints. I respect it.
They got Street Fighter. No, that's Capcom.
That's
Damn.
Capcom. But that Street Fighter game that they coming out with, I don't like the way it look.
Yeah, it look kind of.
It's just me. I don't know.
And it got an open world element to it too. I'm like,
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah,
They trying to play Mortal Kombat with the grip. Like,
I get it, but bro, like you don't gotta always try to reinvent the wheel all the time. You know what I mean, like,
alright. Some things apply. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
facts. Facts.
Right. I know this might sound weird, but sometimes too much innovation can destroy what a game really is. Like, that's like GTA turning into The Sims. Like, you gotta watch your health, hunger, stamina. If you don't sleep, your character dies. If you don't eat, your stamina goes down. You gotta rebuild it again. I'm like, bro, don't nobody want to do all that.
That's a bit much. Yeah, nah, I don't want to do that either.
If you drive past a red light in front of a cop, they'll pull you over, give you a ticket.
Nah,
You can take people to court and sue them.
Now you can I don't know if you play GTA for PC.
Yeah.
GTA 5 for PC. Now the way they modded that game, modders modded that game to where you got like actual jobs, paramedics, cops. I think that's basically roleplay. I think that's a dope element to add to it, like after you complete the main story.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you want to dwell in that.
I will find a way to open the gates from the inside.
But to have it as a core function of the game, though.
Nah. I don't want to experience that either. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's Grand Theft Auto for a reason, bro. I'm good.
Facts, bro. Facts. I don't want the whole. Don't overcomplicate. Overcomplicate.
No, don't overcomplicate undercomplicated game.
Facts. I agree with you on that, man. I agree with you.
Stamina and shit. Red Dead, they can get away with it. GTA, Now I do respect the realistic factors if they try to put them in GTA, but don't put too much.
Yeah, it's still a game at the end of the day.
Right.
Let's not lose sight of that.
Exactly.
You know.
And it was a GTA 6 go figure, right? But it was like 121 pages worth of leaks. I'm like, bro, you don't have nothing better else to do. Like,
wait, what you mean leaks?
It was like a mega leak that came out in a Google document. It was 121 pages worth of GTA 6 leaks. It described the story, the soundtrack, the characters and all that, the features. I'm like, huh?
Really?
You know how bored you gotta be? Like,
damn.
That type of effort, and it actually looked like a good game too. Not GTA, but it looked like a good game. But I'm like, bro, with all this effort and energy you put into that, bro, you need to make your own game company and pitch that, bro.
Facts.
Put a copyright on it, go to a company, and either sell the rights to it or have them give you a budget and make the game. Like, what is all this effort with making leaks for these? Like, you would see some of these leaks and you'll be like, damn, this will make a real good game. It's not GTA though. Like,
facts. No, I agree with you on that.
I don't get it, but yeah, one of the functions he said was like, your certain things you do, your character gets depressed. And your character starts to get stressed, and you gotta watch your stress and depression meter. I'm like, huh? And then there's like different drugs you can take, like cocaine, methamphetamine, Xanax, and then they all increase stamina or increase fatigue, hunger, and all. I'm like, bro, that's too much.
What the fuck? Yeah, they need to.
It's one thing to sell those in GTA, but to take them and have to monitor which drug does what.
Nah, I don't need all that, bro. Like, that's going a bit above and beyond. I think
that's some Sims type shit.
I get they're trying to create a something that's like a simulator in the experience, but come on, let's
They're weakened.
Bro.
Let's finish this.
Let's be realistic.
Let's like, there's enough of that going on in real life. I think that shit'd be mad triggering for some people who play that shit. Maybe you got a recovering addict that's like, oh, you just triggered me to now become a addict again. I can see lawsuits. I wouldn't go down that road if I was Rockstar. You know what I mean?
Like said, it's a video game. Let's not lose sight of that.
Yeah, like let's all right. Let's be easy on that.
Right, calm it down. Please. Boys.
Suzanne.
And then fucking, what else was it too? Oh yeah, the soundtrack looked way too expensive. Like,
What you mean?
Like the soundtrack, it had a song, like 2 songs by Beyonce. You already know that's like.
Oh my.
And one of the songs were made for like originally for GTA 6. That's even more expensive. They had songs from Led Zeppelin, The Stairway to Heaven.
Okay.
Can I Kick It by Tribe Called Quest. Mama said Knock You Out.
L Cool J.
Yeah, and then they even had some songs that they already put in the game. I gotta see it again, but yeah, let me pull it up real quick. But yeah, long story short, it's fake. Like you can smell the fakeness a mile away.
But I'm interested to know what decade is it going to take place in? It's going to be modern day.
Because of the online. That's the only reason I can think of modern day.
Okay.
Because of the online. Because they already did the 80s with Vice City. But my thing is like, ever since like Stranger Things, I feel like the 80s can be a good backdrop, but it's overused. It's so overused though. Like, like look at Snowfall, the 80s, but it's like it's not like set in Miami with all the flashing lights and neon colors and shit. It's in California. To me, that's unique. I don't really see many games in the 1980s California. Where the crack epidemic hit the hardest. I mean, no, the 80s it was Miami. Then the 90s it was California, definitely. But I would like to see more shows in the 70s though. Like the 70s or the 60s. I feel like there's a lot to explore with those decades.
But you know what? If they depending on the game that they make, but also you got to remember if they do make a game in that time era, the technology is going to be crazy. It's going to be no technology. So remember, you got to understand that you got to keep people interested in the game too.
They deserve peace.
You know what I'm saying? Because in the 60s and
yes.
You know what I mean? Like it's a different time and era. I mean, but also look at Mafia 3. Look how much kickback they got for that. People were boycotting that game because they feel white folks were being attacked and labeled racist, and because you got a black protagonist that you get to play as, and
killing all
the whites and all the races and shit.
But they were racist though. They acting like it was just random white innocent people.
Right. Me and you understand that.
Right. And it's a period. It's a time.
Right.
It's a period. Like in that time, whether you wanna make yourself guilt free or not, that stuff happens.
Right.
You probably I wouldn't know. You would probably know. I would think. I don't know. But he was born in the 70s or the 60s?
Who?
Or the 80s? Yeah.
In the 80s.
Oh, okay. So you would know, but not really.
Right.
We weren't around in the 60s. I'm pretty sure the way they used it in the hard R in Mafia 3, I'm pretty sure that's how they talked about us back then.
Oh, of course.
Especially from 1965 to 68. Like, you can, come on.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Even before them. Like, even some of the 70s, but nevertheless, whether they want to believe it or not, it's accurate to the time.
Oh yeah, but I just think any kind of black character that's the main protagonist character in any game, I just think white folks are still not comfortable with the idea of you playing as a black character that you got to play with that wins at the end, that you got to level up and make supreme and powerful. I mean, look at Halo. What was it? Not the one that came out recently. The one that came out before that, where you had the red team and the blue team. But you one of the main characters that marketed that game was the black character, Locke.
Right.
And you hear people say, "Well, that's the worst Halo game I ever played." Bro, it's Halo. It's the same formula that's been in
Right.
any other Halo game, but because the one of the characters was black, you had to play with. Uh, I don't like it as much.
And it's not like the right. It's not like the dude is the main character. It's always gonna be Master Chief. But like,
Absolutely,
I don't
absolutely.
get why people be like, and it's like you don't even know what race Master Chief is. He always got the helmet and the suit on. You don't
Well,
know what he can
they
be,
know he's
When
white.
the Reeve died, did you take
obviously.
comfort in
But
knowing he
I'm
was
saying
sincere as
hypothetically, you
God?
wouldn't know
It was
Yeah,
unless
strangely peaceful in the end,
you see
as
Master
if
Chief as
death
this
moved
guy with a
nothing.
helmet on and a
We
big
stumble
suit and
through our
this
years,
7 foot
ravenous,
tall
grasping,
behemoth of a
spilling
Martian. I
blood,
think Martian or a
stealing
Spartan.
gold,
I
and
think
it is never
he's a Spartan,
enough.
right?
This
mm-hmm,
life is never
Yeah,
enough.
7 foot tall
Would it
behemoth
not suit
Spartan.
you to know there is
But then in the
something
show,
beyond
when they
all
take his
this?
helmet off, you're like, why is his
Not
helmet
war
off?
and
That's
battle,
not
yep,
Master
but
Chief.
yep.
quiet
It's
peace.
like, bro,
I
relax.
think,
Relax.
Like,
They
I
go
think the
crazy. Some
afterlife
people go
men hope
crazy for
for is
that.
only a
I don't
reflection
get
of
it,
my
exactly.
regret in this life.
but
All I wish for
you
now
know,
is to
Oh
live
yeah,
among the friends I've made.
I got the radio
That's
station
what
pulled up
counts.
right here. You ready for
Alfred
this,
made
right?
me swear
yeah, go ahead.
fate upon the
It
cross of
says
their God's
soundtrack to
son.
be added and removed. Afro
He
Jam.
held such faith in
Archie
it.
Roach
A
took the children
plain,
away. Aretha Franklin
unadorned
respect.
thing
Beyonce
which
freedom.
burned between my
Beyonce
fingers,
wade in the
as
water
if I had pulled it
from the
from the
music of Grand
fire.
Theft Auto 6.
The
Billie
feeling
Holiday,
strange
Strange
and
Fruit.
powerful,
Donald Glover, This is
but gone in
America.
an
Fuji's
instant.
Ready or
I
Not.
have not
James
felt its
Brown,
like
Say It
before.
Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud.
What will you do
Lauryn
now?
Hill, Black Rage. Nas, If
Whatever
I
I
Rule the
must do,
World. Nina Simone, Mississippi, Goddamn.
England is my final
Public
home,
Enemy,
I
Fight the
thought,
Power. Sam Cooke, A
and
Change Is
I
Gonna
will
Come.
do what it
Sharon
takes
Mm.
Jones,
to
ain't
remain.
no chimneys in the
Does
projects.
return to
Stevie
slumber
Wonder,
until
Black
our
Man.
loved one's
And the
fate.
station name is Afro
Then
Jam.
let the news comes from a complete stranger.
What the fuck? I mean, you can't be more blacker than that. I mean, naming that station. I mean, but then
You know
again,
how
I'm
many
like,
people, bro,
but
then
my,
all the BLM, yeah, well, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, yo, bro, like, they playing music from the 70s, some from the
50s.
60s, 50s, and it's supposed to be a modern GTA. Like, a lot of these kids ain't gonna be able to relate to none of that. Like, they ain't
Right,
gonna know none of these. They want to hear Drake, Gunna, and all these 21
right.
Savage. They want to hear
Young Thugs and shit.
Young
Like,
Thugs and kids of their time. So it's interesting if it's going to be in the modern time. You
but
know,
I think they realize that Florida right now, their music scene is not very good. So they're like, damn, what we gonna do? Like, how
yeah,
can we make the soundtrack fire? But first of all, that sounds too expensive. Secondly, some of those songs, like Aretha Franklin's Respect, I don't think it's gonna get in the game like GTA. I don't think she would allow it. She wouldn't even
nah,
allow Kanye. She wouldn't even allow Kanye to use a sample of her song unless he didn't cuss in the whole song. You really
that's
think
true.
a
That's true.
song by Aretha Franklin is gonna be in GTA 6? I doubt it heavily. I
Nah,
doubt it.
you got a point there. You got a
Wade in
point
the
there.
water, like, come on.
Who wants to listen to Wade in the Water? Bro, I don't want to hear no slave hymns or you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying in the GTA game. Like, I'm good. I'm good on that. Like,
Warren Hill song. You know how that go.
so
Mm,
I'm curious. Is this going to be a black character? Because you got a lot of black music that you just listed
right.
here. If it is
Beyonce.
true,
Right. If it is true. Donald Glover, This is America. I hope they don't force political messages in there.
oh
But, you know.
man, imagine. Oh, I ain't gonna say it because it's gonna offend people. So I ain't gonna.
What happened? What happened? Go ahead.
I ain't gonna say
You
it,
ain't
bro.
even on camera, bro. Go ahead.
Nah, but I'm recording on Twitch right
Oh.
now, so I ain't gonna. Uh, I ain't gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? But
Damn. Yeah, I feel it.
I'm just saying, I'm cool on the whole slave music. Like, I'm good on that. Like, but hey,
You got Fight the Power, but one of the characters is a cop. Kind of ironic.
I wonder if they're gonna bring back the three protagonists
Yeah, that's what this leak is
system.
saying. Three protagonists. James Brown, Say It, I'm Black and I'm Proud. Bro,
I don't know, bro. So I think they're going from. You sure it's a modern
Yeah, it has
GTA?
to
Bro?
be. Hold
I
up.
don't know,
Let me
bro.
read these. Let me read these other stations. Oh yeah, there's a station called Chai Spy, aka the version of TikTok. You could put two and two together. Why it's named Chai
Yeah.
Spy.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
heinous. Duddy Grime Radio. Yeah, Chai Spy's Journey. You got Ed Sheeran, Take Me Back to London. I can't really name these other niggas though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Skepta, Shut Down. Skepta,
Hello
that's
there,
not
friend.
me. That's the Flash FM.
Yours
That was
has
the
to
pop
be.
station in Vice City,
Eivor?
right?
Mhm.
It's nothing but metal music now. It's metal
Mordred,
rock. Only,
Ah,
only one I notice on
No,
her is
don't
Ozzy
say it,
Osbourne.
please. Eivor. Don't say it.
are you serious?
Fuego FM. Yeah, Fuego FM. That's the
I'm sorry.
Hispanic station.
No!
Only one I know is Pitbull and Rosalia.
No!
Fusion FM. That's where the pop
Eivor's
music is on
mad!
Fusion. You got
Yeah.
Ariana Grande, Side to Side, Beyonce, Drunk in Love, Eminem, Smack That, Eve, Blow
You
Your
fought
Mind,
bravely
Justin
and
Bieber, No
turned the
Pressure,
tide to secure a
Justin
victory.
Timberlake, Sexy
Your
Back,
dear Humboldt died valiantly.
Katy Perry,
You'll be
California
so
Girls,
remembered.
Nas, Cherry Wine, Nelly, Dilemma,
I know you would
Rihanna,
have fainted
Umbrella,
to hear such
Taylor Swift,
praise
Bad
from my
Blood, Usher,
lips.
Umbrella. That sounds way
Thank
too
you.
expensive
But
for
also,
one
it
station.
it sounds like
He walks among
It
the
it's
sounds
going to
gods
be
old.
now.
modern.
Yes,
Right,
As far as the timestamp
I
of when the
imagine it
game
does.
takes
I
place.
know words are poor
right.
salve for a wounded heart. I will leave you
I
to
mean,
it,
I'm cool
but
with
know
that.
that we're here for
You
you,
know.
And then they got
always,
Integrity
should you need
3.0,
us.
basically original music from GTA, from Love Fist to Mad Dog to Macker from San Andreas.
Thor's
Basically,
testicles.
in-game GTA
Look at that
characters
animal
making
there.
music for them. Like you hear it on the radio.
Oh wow.
OG Loke, um, and then Liberty Rock Radio. You got 3 AC/DC songs. Aerosmith, Guns
Mm.
N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven,
I
Nirvana,
have to go.
Smells Like
Then go
Teen
in
Spirit,
peace.
2 Metallica songs, Queen, We Will Rock You. That's like 500,000 for that song right there. I can tell. The Rolling Stones, the White Stripes, Seven Nation Army.
The Wolfka.
You know what
So
that?
glad to
Yeah.
see you.
The,
Damn.
basically, the football anthem, pretty
Yeah, I know.
much.
Yep.
And then
But
you got Wild Style. That's the pop station, like the actual pop.
that's your pop. Yep.
You got Adele, Hello. You got Britney Spears,
Good day,
Toxic.
Eivor.
Bruno
Empty
Mars, Just Where
child's
You Are.
born.
Drake, One
With it,
Dance.
the
See, there
kingdom
goes
of
some
Essex.
Drake. See, you was right.
The
Facts.
cast was great.
Ed
Mhm.
Sheeran, The Shape
Too
of
great
You.
for all
Lady
the game.
Gaga, Rain on
Rest
Me.
then.
Lil Nas X,
You
Old
earned
Town
it.
Road.
On the
Yeah,
backs
yeah.
of some
Oh
men.
my god. I ain't gonna say that.
Time will tell if it was worth it.
I ain't gonna say that.
Ram Jam FM. They only got like 7 Jamaican songs on Ram Jam. That's heinous, but they could do some. I ain't gonna say it, but Red FM. I don't know anything on there. The classics. This the one.
I want to see the
A
Alliance.
Tribe Called Quest. Can I Kick It? BG Knockout. That's How I'm Living. Big Daddy Kane. Ain't No Half Stepping. Biz
Biz
Markie.
Marquee.
Just a
Yeah.
Friend.
Mm-hmm.
Craig Mack, Flavoring Your Ear. Digital Underground, The Humpty Dance, Eminem, Murder, Eminem, Rock Bottom, Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full,
Paid in full.
Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, The Message, that was already in Vice City. Ice Cube, It Was a Good Day, that was in San Andreas.
I have changed my
Jay-Z,
mind.
99 Problems. LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out. Mobb Deep, Shook
I
Ones
should
Part
go.
2. Nas, New York State of Mind. Nate Dogg and Warren G, Regulate. Outkast, B.O.B., Miss Jackson. Proof, Kurt Cobain. Public Enemy, Rebel Without a Cause, Puff Daddy, I'll Be Missing You. R.A. The Rugged Man, Uncommon Valor, A Vietnam Story. Salt and Pepper, Push It.
Oh,
Sighting,
so
On and
90s.
On.
Okay.
Yep. Slick Rick, Behind Bars, original music for GTA 6. Slick Rick, Children's Story, and La Di Da Di.
Mm-hmm.
Special Ed, I Got It Made. The Doc, It's Funky Enough, Let the Bass Go, and The Formula. Notorious B.I.G., Big Papa, and Hypnotize. The Sugar Hill Gang, Rappers
Oh,
Delight.
Rappers Delight. Yep.
Tupac Shakur. You got Changes,
You got
Dear
Change.
Mama, Hail Mary, Hit 'Em Up. That's 4.
Damn.
That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
The Wu-Tang Clan and Cream.
Damn. So they got like a little mixture from the 90s to the 80s to the 70s to the 50s.
To the
Wow.
2000s.
To the
East Coast,
2000s. East Coast, West Coast. I
Damn,
respect
Florida.
that.
Damn, down. You would think there'd be some down south music though.
You would think that, well, I don't know if you remember Luke.
Who?
You and Petra
Luke.
chasing a white elf in the woods. I
Luke?
wish to be clowns.
Yeah.
My God, I could
Who's
barely
that?
breathe for laughing.
He's like one of those down south producers who made
I
like
must
a
be on
lot
my
of
way
Florida
now.
music.
Goodbye.
Until next time.
But I'm interested to see if this music catalog is actually a
True.
real catalog, because
If it is true, I'll give them props. If they were able to get all that music within a budget, I respect it.
but also we
Have
gotta figure out
Good to see you.
again
I am
if the setting is actually Florida,
Did you want something?
right.
and
I mean, it's probably a
I was
no-brainer that it's
wondering.
Florida.
What's wrong?
and the
I were
three
thinking
protagonist
we
characters,
down
if they're
the
gonna
way
still run that back the way they did with
Maybe you could
Grand Theft
find
Auto
a spare
5. Is that a
moment.
thing? I don't know.
You want to be
But
married?
I don't know if they're just gonna
To
go
each
with a
other.
single player
Yes,
character
I
again.
imagine.
Um,
That'd be
To see
fine.
you
That'd
so
be
happy
fine with
has
me.
been a pleasure.
if if
Shit.
if
And to
if
marry you
they
would be an honor.
give me a single
Shall I
player
put out a call
character
to
with a
any friends
longer
abroad?
I'll
story,
be honest, Eivor.
I'll be
I
fine
came
with
here
that.
with a lot of you
All right.
because nothing
A
and no
single
one kept me
character
back
with a
there.
longer story, and then
Raven
you
clan
can
is all
have
the
2
family
side
I
characters
need.
that feel
And
like
Bridget
main
too.
characters, but they're
From
not.
all
Like
she
how Red
said,
Dead
she's
did.
better off
Yeah.
Camp
here
and
than
shit.
with those
hmm
human
Like that.
skin.
That'll be
Just a
dope.
couple
Or
of
if you're gonna do 3
foundlings, sweetheart.
protagonists, at
Then
least
let's
don't
not
make them
bother with
friends,
tradition.
because that kind of
If you
like
have your bride and your blade,
messed
we
up
will
the
see you wed.
like
As Jarl, I
for
do it
G.
gladly.
That's my opinion though. GTA 5, it kind of like, since the protagonists were so involved with each other, it's
What have you
kind of
got for me
like,
today?
okay. So now that they're
You
connected
have a keen eye
by
for
the time it's
quality.
halfway through the story, how many more missions do we got? 30?
Ready for
Huh?
battle.
How many missions is there? 69?
I must take my
Okay.
leave. So long.
Like,
May they
I feel
sing
like
of
if you're
your
gonna do 3
deeds
protagonists and have
my
them connect, you gotta have more than
craftsmanship.
69 missions, bro.
Oh yeah.
That's just me.
Oh yeah.
You gotta
Without a
have
doubt.
way more than that. GTA 4 had 100 and, I think 90 something. I think GTA 4 had 90 something missions. 98, I think 101 if you count the alternate versions of each mission. But
hmm
yeah, San Andreas even single protagonist, 102 to 105 missions, I think. And that's
Oh
not
really?
including the side that's not including the side activities either. So it's like, bro,